100 days before the 100th Indianapolis 500 runs, and today at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway we had Roger Penske's exhibit unveiled, and believe me folks, there's nothing like it. It's Roger Penske through the years from 1969 on, all his cars, some fabulous pictures from his racing days, and from when he first started in Indianapolis. Rick Mears, Elio Castroneves joined the celebration today. And if you're going to be in town during the month of May, you want to come to the museum. It's $8 well spent because you'll get to see some of the greatest history in Indianapolis history. Rick, this thing it's so impressive, but I think the thing that's the coolest about this whole exhibit is that the eras that it represents, but nobody in the whole history of Penske racing, I don't think, has a better story than you do, because you came out of the desert, brother. You got, I'll never forget your racing at Ontario, and you had your floppy hat and the Mears gang, and it was like, well, that was fun. See you guys in 20 years. I mean, it was the most unlikely partnership that became a roaring success maybe ever.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it like I've always said, it surprised me as much as it did anybody, you know, and to be able to get that opportunity and for it to just all fall in place the way it did, I'd have never dreamed it. You know, I never dreamed of getting into IndyCar, let alone when I got into IndyCars, you know, first IndyCars were out of my league. And then when I got into IndyCars, Penske was out of my league, you know, so I didn't expect it at all. I thought I had a lot of years before I would get to that level to be able to get that opportunity. And it happened so quickly, it was just incredible.
You've told the story a million times. It's such a great story. Was it Wally Dallenbach's motorcycle ride? Was that how it came down?
That's where it was first brought up. Yes, and I was knocking on doors at the time, and you know, nothing was really opening. So we were on the ride that Wally Dallenbach put on, and you know, we'd ride out in the mountains, you know, every day, and stop at a hotel the night and take off again the next day. And one morning we were getting the bikes ready to go, and we were having to be parked pretty close to each other and started talking. And you know, we went through a few things. You know, I hear you're driving for so-and-so next year. I said, no. Here you're hiring so-and-so. No. And he says, but I've got something in mind. Give me a call before you make a deal with anybody else. And I about fell over, you know, because at that point he was still way out of my league. You know, so that was part of the big surprise to me as well. So it was incredible. So I stayed close the rest of the ride, you know. If he fell off, I'd pick him up, dust him off, straighten his handlebars, whatever it took.
You were smart. You were way ahead of the curve. So this great success you win 4 Indy 500s winning for, and now you've been working for him, and you're part of his family. I'm always impressed with the loyalty factor, mechanics, engineers, and drivers with Penske.
Well, it's, you know, Roger's never been big on turnover. He likes long-term relationships and very little turnover, you know, for a number of reasons. But to me, to have the long-term like he does and the way he's kept it together, it shows the side of that man, the good side of him, you know, because you've got to treat people right to have long-term. And so to me, that says it in a nutshell. He must work well with his people, you know, to be able to keep that long-term relationship going with everybody, and he does. I mean, he's the best in the business. So,
does it ever surprise you that he still has the energy and the passion he does?
No. I mean, it does, but it doesn't. You know, on one hand, you think he's got to run out of gas someday, you know, but you hear him say, hey, I'll have a car here until they drag me out of this place, you know. So, but that's what allowed him to create all of this, was that passion, you know, that desire, the love of what he's doing, the love of the sport, the love of Indianapolis Motor Speedway. So that's what's, you know, and that desire, I've not seen it waver a bit.
Was it the second or the third win? When did it hit you the most that, my God, this is bigger than me winning 10 races in a row of championship, because he lives for Indy. That's what he really cares about, that more than anything else. Yeah, no, I mean, right away. I mean, it was easy to see right away how much this place meant to Roger, you know, and you know, one of the really early ones that stand out to me, which is really, to me, one of the major points in my career, was the second year here in '79 when we qualified on the pole. And you know, when I came down pit lane and saw the smile on his face after, you know,
putting that thing on the pole, and the team. To me, the qualifying was always kind of a payback to the team for the hard work they do anyway. They hours and hours and hours they spend. So I'm going to go out and hang my tail out to pay them back. Get the most out of what they've given me. So that was always kind of a payback to team. But that, and one times when we sat on the pole at Atlanta, rarely do you see that kind of smile on Roger's face, and I knew right then how much this place meant to him.
Well, you know what? For a guy that came out of the desert, I'd say you turned out pretty well, and he probably did the right thing by dusting off his bike and helping him out, and I think he'll probably enjoy the 100th more than anybody.
I don't think I'd change it.
No, you probably wouldn't. All right, Rick, thanks for your time. Okay, Elio, I'll tell you what, this is probably one of the coolest things I've seen in the 50 years I've been hanging around this stuff as far as what Roger's accomplished and stuff. I just like your story. You and Mears have some of the best stories ever of just about how it happened. I mean, you were probably heading over to Mo Nunn's trailer, and you got intercepted at Fontana, right?
That's correct, and everything happens. It's just like a snap of a finger, and all of a sudden I'm joined the best team in the history of motorsport, and what a privilege for me to be learning with the best leader, to be driving for the best team. It's an honor.
17 years ago, and to think that you've been his. I mean, that's the thing about Penske is the loyalty factor there. Mears had to ride as long as he wanted. Mario went back with Bobby Unser, you, Danny Sullivan, just Sam Hornish. Look at all the guys that have stayed there for. I mean, your career could have not worked out any better.
I don't think you could write it better, and thankful for obviously the people that were supporting, and I can't thank enough, Roger and Roger's family and the people around. For me, being able to be driving with this group of guys, and people sometimes don't realize they are incredible people. Sometimes you see everybody's perfect. It's not that Roger tells us how to be perfect. He shows, and we just automatic translate that kind of way. So it's actually cool the way that everybody goes around. We are a team. Obviously, I want to win. I have three other teammates that are incredible. They want to win. But in the end of the day, we want to make the boss happy, and that's why I think it's so special.
You got a great frame of reference from 2000 on. Has Penske done anything that amazed? I mean, did you think it would be as good as it was? Is it even better than you thought it'd be?
Oh my God! I mean, every day, every moment of my life, especially the low times, Roger and the team, they were there, and those are the times that you know how special our people surround you. And my mom always said that you want to be surrounded by good people, and Roger and the entire family and the entire team, it's been showing that. So that's why I'm so thankful for everything that they've done. Now it's time to give them back, which is it's time to give another win.
But the thing of it is I just remember when Dario came here the first time, he was like, yeah, big deal. I don't want to spend a month here. And it wasn't that big deal to a lot of guys. And I don't know how you felt about Indy when you first came here, but I see how it's grown on you.
Oh my God, because we from Brazil, and probably the understanding about history, it's a little bit away. As you live in it, even that it's going to be the 100th running. When we came here 16 years ago or 17 seasons ago, we basically start understanding, wow, this is actually an incredible place. So as you're right, you start growing and you start appreciating, and all of a sudden you understand why it's all of this. We understand why the fans enjoy it, and I just think this place is magical.
We laugh all the time and joke that you guys are always saying, hey, I'll trade you an IndyCar championship for an Indy 500 win. You got 3 Indy 500 wins, trying to make your 4th. But when people introduce you, it's Elio Castroneves, Indy 500 winner. That's it.
And that shows that Indy is so special that they are able to change your name, and the title. And for me, being fortunate to win 4th and be in this opportunity. Now, I said this before. Forget about it's me. How cool that would be, seeing a guy tying the record for 4th. That's I know there people sometimes I don't like Elio, or no, I want someone else to win. But in the end of the day, it's just some people in this generation, they were not able to see someone winning 4th, and that's why it blows my mind away to be able to be in this opportunity.
Not to mention, you might get a Christmas bonus from the captain. He might give you a free car. I don't know.
I like that.
All right. Thanks, Elio. Good luck this May.
Thank you.